What's up, NASCAR Heat fans? Welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 2 Career Mode. And if you watched the last episode, you will notice that we have a Kyle Busch Motorsports truck, but it's not the same Kyle Busch Motorsports truck that we left off with. That is because my game has been affected by the random truck hot seat offer changing glitch. And I guess we're going to, rather than run the 46 truck, we'll run the 51 truck. That is usually in the hands of my @Snyder. I was told in the comments that's how you pronounce it, so I guess I'll pronounce it this way. Michigan, a top 8 finish, 42 grand the payout. It's going to be an interesting race because these trucks race very crazy when they're on a 2-mile superspeedway and no restrictor plate. So it's going to be high speed, very close racing. Let's get to Michigan and see how it turns out. So here we are at Michigan International Speedway. Like I said, 2-mile oval is going to be a very interesting challenge in these high downforce, fairly low-powered trucks. So let's get qualified. Let's see if we can equal our performance from Pocono, which was not last. And that was flat out, that was all the truck had, and it actually paid off because we got our best qualifying effort to date in a 17th place starting position. So that's going to be very advantageous going into the race. Only got 17 trucks to overtake, and really only 11 to accomplish our goal. So let's get to racing. Alright, here we are on the grid, ready to go here at Michigan in the trucks. We blew it in our first super speedway race for Brad Keselowski, but can we do it correctly for Kyle Busch? We'll have to wait and see as we head down into the first and second corners here at Michigan and actually start making our way up through the field. Got a little bit of contact there with Stuart Friesen. Somebody told me that was how you're supposed to pronounce it. So we'll just do that until I get yelled at by more people in the comments that I was pronouncing it correctly the first way. Into the inside, or to the inside of Regan Smith, that truck that we lost the opportunity to run because of the game crash. In behind Cody Coughlin here, and use a little bit of a cheater line, try to pass Brad's trucks. Remind Brad who's the fastest, or who's faster of his potential drivers, and who he decided not to give a contract to, but we pushed up in the center of the corner. Smith is going to get down to the inside. We're going to go 3 wide with Cindric and try to get a draft off of Matt Crafton in the Menards truck down the back straightaway. Very good run, and clear both the trucks that were causing us a little bit of issues. Now to the outside, can we get in behind the 88 or the 98 truck of Infinger, and we'll clear Crafton. Nowhere to go with the run, though. I was very hesitant about diving down onto the flat of the apron from that direction. You know, although the apron in physics have been altered that it's easier to run on the apron, it's not impossible to spin out if you start cutting down on even a short apron like it is on the tri-oval here at Michigan. But we're going to get a nice run down to the inside, clear 2 more trucks, and now move up behind one of our teammates, Noah Gragson. In fact, I don't even see the 46 truck anywhere near the front of the pack. So Gilland is nowhere to be found as we're going to get underneath Shiggy's truck. Just not really sure why that's... Ooh, that was close. I was going to say, not really sure why that's ranked a 4-star truck that Truex is driving, because it's almost always at the front. I still may choose that for the career mode. But we're going to get in here behind Noah Gragson, our teammate, at least for today, and do a little bit of bumping on the straightaway. That was a bit unfortunate. And I haven't even gotten the running order up, as John Hunter Nemechek is the next car to pass, or next truck to pass, and Christopher Bell, who I believe is, if I'm not mistaken, another member of the Kyle Busch Motorsports operation, I think. I may be totally wrong on that, which I probably am. But this truck can't make it flat out around Michigan. We may not be able to do it with the way the tires are kind of giving out. So we got 5 laps left of fuel and 1 lap to go, or 2 laps to go in the stage. I was going to see if I could pit, but it looks like that's not going to happen. We may be able to stay out all the way until the end of the second stage with the way the fuel is going right now. It's going to be close. Yeah, we may have to... Oh, man, this is going to be an interesting strategy call. As we've got 20 to go in the race, 1 lap to go on the stage. As we're going to make it to the outside, possibly win a stage here. As we work way, way to the top. Little too aggressive in turn 1. That's going to hurt us in 3 and 4. I may not even be able to get the run here to win the stage. Let's see. It's going to have to be a very well-timed move. Do not get spooked by these guys on the outside. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close with Hunter Nemechek. Oh, we're not going to get the draft because Christopher Bell is going to be down there and up second in the first stage. Second in the first stage. Just falling behind John Hunter Nemechek. Really should have won that stage, but we'll take 9 points that are pretty much meaningless. Everybody is pitting. But this is such a long track. I think I'm going to throw the second stage to try to get some track position and try to position myself well for the final stage. Let's see if this works out. So we're going to go back to green here. In the lead on worn tires. And only 3 laps remaining in the tank. We're just going to have to see how this all works out. So we've got 7 laps to go in stage number 2. And our fuel is 3 to go. But we'll just have to wait and see. I think this may not be a terrible strategy, especially just to get out front. And also, I'm not going for playoff points. I don't really care about stage victories. It would have been nice to take that first stage, but the way things are going, you know, I'd rather take the race win than take stage wins. So we run a little bit high in 3 and 4. Obviously the tires are a little bit more worn than I would have liked them to be. If I could take a look at the tire wear. Yeah, it looks like we could theoretically do 2 tires on this stop. I might end up doing that just to save track position, or I could go with 4 now. And I almost feel like with the stage caution and with the lead, I think I'm going to go with 4 for this stop. And then go with 2 if we need to stop before the end of the race here. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're going to do a 4-tire stop, full service on this pit stop. And let's get her slowed down here and not get run over. It was close to getting run over, but we're all right. And into the pits we go for the first stop of the day. Oh, nope, we've got a yellow. We've got a yellow. So we got saved, even though I wish I would have just stayed out on the track if that was going to be the case. I guess I'll repair the truck since I'm going to be last anyway. And we will try to loosen her up just a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. And we'll add a little bit of tape to the grill to try to help with some straight line speed, even though we don't necessarily really need it. Gilliland running in 30 at 3 laps behind the race. And Chase Briscoe, the truck we had in the last event, is now 10 laps behind the race. So not a good race for Briscoe. And we're halfway through this one. We've got 9 laps to go on the fuel, so we won't need to pit at the end of this stage. So we got 2 laps to go to make up as many positions as we can. I somehow suspect that pretty much everybody's going to come into the pits at the end of this stage, though, because of the way the fuel is going to work out. Everybody's going to need to pit one more time after, you know, some people are going to need 2. But at least one more stop for everybody. Ooh, I really didn't want to get on the apron there. I decided to make the executive decision and get myself off of the apron because I felt like that truck was going to spin out down there. Alright, so we're going to take 1 to go here in the stage. See what kind of speed we can carry into turn 1, especially with the truck loosened up just a little bit. Not too bad. Around the outside of... Who was that? Get a name? I guess not. I think it was Young. Now a really good run on Tommy Joe and Bobby Sue. Something about a little ditty about Jack and Diane or something like that. All right, let's go around the outside of Cody Coughlin and Chavos, I think is the name. Here we go. The checker flag in the stage, 13th, where we finished at Pocono. And we're going to launch into the final stage in the lead, because I think everybody else is going to have to pit. So we got 7 laps of fuel, 11 to go in the race. I think everybody is going to need to pit. Oh, did I pit? Oh, crud. I didn't even pay any attention. I hit A twice instead of B twice. Well, this is going to turn it into a fuel mileage race again. Well, I may be able to redeem myself for what I did at Pocono. We'll see what fuel economy is like. So I got to run on the apron, because if I hit that transition, I'm going to spin it. Well, that sucks. We're going to lose a ton of positions here. It definitely looks like we're going to have to pit once again. Almost certainly. So the best thing I can do to protect myself is get to the front here in the next 8 laps. Obviously, there's always the potential that there's going to be a yellow. The longer we go, the less fuel we're going to have to take on board. As we go to 9 laps to go, still 8 in the tank, and then this is a flat-out track, so I don't think we're going to do a whole lot of fuel saving over the course of a lap, as I still can't get the extreme outside to work around Cindric and Kraft, and I can get that second lane to work, but the third lane not really going to work out too well. I guess we'll draft with Cindric here, because it seems like he's got a better run. Bounce off him, bounce off of Crafton. Crafton's still trying to wreck me, and Crafton's going to lose it. No, he's going to save it. Everybody running around the bottom. It almost looks like everybody's going to try to pit, but nobody did come. It feels like a plate race with everybody running in a line, but we've got some momentum on the outside. You saw me bounce off of Cindric there. And once again, around the outside. I'm going to try to cut in front of the 27 truck, which we'd just be able to do. Now drafting off of Truex and Yaley. Take a little bit of an interesting line there underneath Truex, and then through the center. That is splitting the difference right there. Saw a little bit of phasing between the bumper of my truck and Truex's truck. Now just moving slightly to the outside of Noah Gragson. Grant Infinger, the next truck to take. And past Noah Gragson pretty easily there. A little bit of a side draft on Infinger. 7 laps to go, 6 laps on the fuel. It's going to be close. I was told there's you can use a half a lap of fuel when the tank hits 0. But I just feel like it may end up going badly here for me. I see a lap truck going fairly slowly in 3 and 4. Wonder if it's going to come into the pits or slow the whole shebang up here. Well, let's see. It's the Samba line of black trucks, as Bell leads Nemechek, leads me. I guess we'll try to push Nemechek to the front, even though we're kind of forsaking a Toyota. 3 wide for the lead. Okay. That was probably not going to work in any universe. Again, just can't get that extreme outside to work. So we'll draft Nemechek here. Down the back straightaway. Nice and easy as we get down 190. I've been at 191 at the end of the front straightaway. Down to the inside. Nemechek going to try to slot in there. I had a really good run. Kind of got bogged. Oh, no! Oh! What the heck? Well, that may have just killed us. I can't repair the truck. It's going to take too long to do, so we're just going to come in for some fuel and just kind of cross our fingers and pray here at the end of the race. Got some pretty serious damage. And we're going to see how badly it's going to affect. Look at the acceleration. It's terrible. Oh, it's so terrible. I don't think it's possible I was talking over the spotter. It's possible I was talking over the spotter, but it certainly seems like I was not told that Christopher Bell was coming into the pits at that time. And a head-on crash may have just stolen another 5-star truck from me. As John Hunter comes into the pits, and we're going to see how far we move up. I mean, we need to be 8th. So will Friesen come out of the pits, and there's a caution. So that's going to save us. We're going to be able to pit, get some repairs, and we're going to see what we can do with it. Okay, so 27th. I didn't put any fuel in it because I took a can, so we should be good. We've got fresh tires, light on fuel, 7 laps of fuel to be exact, and a repaired truck. So we got to get to 8th. We have 2 laps to do it. We've got the Nemecheks ahead. Now what can we do here? We know we got a fast truck. There's somebody is slow, very slow. It's Regan Smith. That's going to put us up into 13th as we get around Chavos here. So to the outside, looks like a few slow trucks are going to be in this top group. So we've just got to use the fresh tires, light fuel, to pound around as quickly as we can. Dusat, I know he's probably unhappy with me. Oh yeah, he is. Yep. That is the mark of a guy whose driving seat is in bad shape. But if we can take this win, we won't have to worry about the FDNY truck. So there's 8th place. Ben Rhodes, the guy who thanked us or congratulated us on Twitter just before we got in this truck ride, as we're going to make it 3 wide. Now, again, we don't need to win. It would be nice, but we'll give Gragson a shot here. We'll see how many positions we can actually earn and have a strong finish here. At Michigan, we're going to come to the line. It looks like it's going to be 3rd place, which is a great result. Great result. All things considered, for sure, especially how things finished at Pocono. So a 3rd position, considering where we ended up in the wall coming to the 10 laps to go. I'd say we kind of got out of this race very lucky, very lucky. Even though we got beat by another truck we have a contract with currently. I don't know what that says about Kyle Busch Motorsports, but let's take a look just for giggles where we are in the point standings. It's going to be kind of interesting. So 19th with a win and 6 playoff points. So we're doing pretty well, all things considered. So let's head back and accept our Kyle Busch contract and see which is the next team that will give us a hot seat. Nice job with that top 8 finish today. We'll keep you in mind for a ride next season. $42,000, I will take that payday any day of the week. So certainly the higher tiered teams will pay you more for what you have done. And let's see if we get our next offer. Hopefully, you would think, after 3 pretty strong results, even though all of them could have been wins, you think we'll get Bristol? Let's take a look. Are people going to trust me at Bristol? Nope. Still no teams willing to trust me at Bristol. And speaking of Bristol, Briscoe won the race in the truck that I could not seal the deal in. So I think his ride is probably going to be safe for next season. Let's go to Friday here for the Silverado 250, which I think is at Richmond, if I remember correctly. We'll see if we've got an offer here. No offer. I think we're moving into the chase, so J.J. Yaley. No, that's Canadian Tire. Oh, so we didn't get to run Mosport. Yaley took Mosport, which is interesting. I wonder who he wrecked to do that. And we move on to Friday and week number 30, and we've got a generic Camping World Truck Series logo, so I would assume that we're going to get a hot seat offer because we've been pretty consistent with that, and indeed, we've got an offer. So what is the offer? ThorSport wants us to run the 27 at Chicagoland and get a top 8 finish. So do you think we can do it? Let's head to Chicagoland and give ThorSport a great run. So here we are at Chicagoland, and to many of you, this will be the first race of the chase. Not to us, however. We are a lone wolf. Unfortunately, I guess we're not allowed in the chase because we haven't run nearly enough races to qualify, even though we did meet the race victory requirement. So we're going to set this 27 truck up. Let's see what we can do in qualifying, and then see if we can take a top 8 finish here at Chicago. Well, this truck isn't quite flat out around Chicago Motor Speedway. Oh, Chicago Motor Speedway. Wait a second. No, I am stuck in 1999. That is a completely different track that got bulldozed about, 2008, I think. Anyway, Chicagoland Speedway. We qualified 12th. I think that kind of like threw me off my game because of how well we qualified. Just breathing the throttle a little bit. But certainly these 5-star trucks are much better than the bottom tier trucks that you're qualifying last in. So it's nice to see that progression already in the career mode. Let's see if we can back up our qualifying performance and race well. So here we come, down for the green flag in our Safe Light Repairs, Safe Light Replace truck. And I think we're going to do pretty well in this one. I have a good feeling. Qualifying 12th is a pretty good way. Oh, as Truex diving to the inside, we're going to bounce off of Cindric. No real surprise, a little bit of contact with Cindric. There's the truck that Snyder is now back in, that we ran at the last race we participated in. Of course, not the last race that was run, unfortunately, because we weren't allowed to go to Mosport for whatever reason. As we get behind Kraft in here, or at least try to. Car a little bit wobbly down into turn number 1. And it's certainly, well, that game lagged a little bit. I wonder if that's going to mean a yellow. No, just a lag for whatever reason. So down the back straightaway here, which has a bit of a curve to it. And diving into turn number 3, just keep it below J.J. Yaley, the Mosport winner. And now we're going to give Regan Smith a bit of a shot down the straightaway, get him around Enfinger, who may have just suffered a problem because it seems like he is falling back quite quickly. And now John Hunter Nemechek is the next truck we will try to pass. This will sneak to the outside, not quite there yet. Get a little bit of a side draft there on him. And really side draft him, pull up behind Austin Wayne Self. Or try to is Nemechek down to the inside. Are we going to be able to pass him though? Yeah, because Austin Wayne Self is going to give us a nice tow down the main stretch. And down underneath, Austin Wayne himself using the cheater line, which I love so very much. Now Briscoe and Bell. These trucks, which always seem to be up at the front. Can we have a good run here as well? Let's see. We dive it down into turn number 3, right down below or around the white line. And a nice draft on Briscoe. Going to cheat a little bit more. So we got 4 laps to go in this stage. We've got 8 laps of fuel. I think I'm going to stay out on this stage. Could pit, but I feel like I'd rather win a stage here, just to kind of assert my dominance. So let's see what we can do. If we can cut to the inside of Bell and Briscoe here. Well, certainly going to get a run on Briscoe. Oh, are we going to do that? Okay, we'll try to split the trucks. And it looks like not going to quite pull it off because I drove it off way too hard into turn number 1. Completely forgot to lift off the gas. I was trying to get such a good run that I completely blew it there. But we're going to get another run here on Bell and Briscoe, the 2 Bs. Let's see what we can do here. With we're coming to 2 laps to go in the stage. Probably could have gotten to pit lane if I wanted to pit. And pull a little bit of a strategy card before they hit the start-finish line, but screw it. We've got a fast truck, no real need to try to BS our way into wins. As we've got a good run on Bell here. Gonna move to the outside. Just a little bit of a lift. The tires seem to be wearing, and it's possible I damaged the truck as well during that. Yeah, oh yeah, the front left is, or the front right is absolutely killed. 69%. So we've definitely got a pushing truck. We are cooking that tire. We've got 1 lap to go in the stage. Can we take a stage victory? It's not looking 100% right now. Oh no, I think we're going to lose this stage. Yeah, we got 4 laps to go on fuel. And we're also going to lose the stage, possibly past Bell by the end of it. Oh! Oh, the AI wrecked off of Bell at the end. Oh, that was a thing that happened. Well, we'll take 3rd in the stage, take 8 points for absolutely no reason. Everybody is pitting. I'm going to take the gamble and not pit. So, again, we're going to try to position ourselves for the final stage of this one. So, here we go. Gain 2 positions. We're going to lead the race, but I don't know how the tires are going to hold up on this run. Here we go. So we got 4 laps remaining of fuel, and in the stage we've got 7 to go. So we can't come in with for a splash at the end, but I feel like I'd rather do a 4-tire stop now and do the splash at the end of the race if need be, which it looks like it will because I think there's 30 laps to go in the race. So we'll block Briscoe and Bell as best we can here. See what we can do in turns number 3 and 4. A little bit of a lift to get it stabilized and turning, which we were able to do. And we'll run the cheater line, try to break the draft just a little bit on the apron. And back up the track. 2 laps to go on the fuel. Another crack of the throttle there into turn 1. I think I'm going to run 1 full more lap of fuel as we've got the fuel alarm right there halfway down the back straightaway, so we should be able to make it in without running out of gas the next time around. This is what we need to do. We need to build a gap up if we're going to try to do this. And it just hit 1 lap as we cross the pit lane entry, so we should be good on fuel to get us into the pits as we cross through turn 1, kind of low out of turn 2. But again, there you go, the spotter's screaming at me. Maybe not screaming at me, but he wants me to come in. And here we come, just as the prophecy was foretold. Hard on the brakes, don't know where the line is because there's not a cone, and I think we're in the pits nice and safe. Just call me Toucan Sam. We're coming in for the 4-tire stop and 2 cans of fuel, wedge adjustment as well. It's going to be 15.9 seconds, so we are going to lose a lap. And we're going to have to see how this works out. Obviously, we'll probably get the lucky dog with the stage. Even if somebody ends up losing a lap, they'll probably lose multiple laps because of they will be damaged. So we've got 12 laps to go. Obviously, that's not going to get us the full length to the end of the race. But that doesn't really matter because we can come in for a splash, possibly 2 tires if we need it. And with 3 laps to go in the stage, we should be okay. So we're essentially throwing away this stage in the hopes that the next stage will go in our favor, which I think it will. I think we've got some good pace here, especially with me loosening up the truck. I think we're going to be quite all right. As another truck is trying my strategy, I saw one in the pits. It looked like Austin Wayne Self, so we are racing somebody. We'll possibly do that. We'll see as they come around who exactly it was, but it was definitely... No, it was Yaley, and Yaley's now behind me, so no, that was J.J. Yaley with struggles rather than actually trying a strategy call. So there you go. There's exactly what I called, saying it'll probably be a truck that has trouble, and indeed it came to be true as we've got 2 laps to go in the stage, and we'll be back on the lead lap hopefully by the time this yellow flag comes out, regardless of whether everybody pits or not. So it should be the end of the stage right about now, and there you go, just as I said. 30th place in the stage, but again, we'll get a lucky dog, get back into this thing, and not have to pit just yet. So let's get back to racing. We're 30th place, but considering our pace so far, in fact, this is the furthest back we've been in the whole race, considering where we qualified. We should be okay. And also probably considering that everybody else is going down the pit once again with 19 laps to go. 9 laps in my tank. Certainly nobody else is going to be able to make it unless there is a lot of yellow, which I don't necessarily foresee happening. Again, stranger things have happened. As we get 3 wide here around the 68 truck in the draft of Corbin Forrester, I'm going to take it fairly easy. We know we've got pace. We know we can take the lead. As we go around the outside here on 4 fresh rubbered-in tires, as we swing down to the inside of Jennifer Joe, and underneath Peck and Nemechek. Oh, that was bad. That was just an absolute choke right there. That was unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. I ran into Chavos there, and that completely screwed me up, though it did spread the field out, so hopefully it'll be... So, okay, word of advice to David, next time, do not do that. Do not go all the way down to the inside and try to swing up into turn 1. I try to avoid the apron. I feel like I'm a bit gun-shy because of NASCAR Heat Evolution. I feel like I could probably run down there a little bit more than I do. But there we go. We're actually running the extreme outside lane and able to make it stick as we dive to the inside once again. Dive to the outside of Chastain. So we're starting to get back up to where we were earlier before the shenanigans where I decided to try to kill Chavos there for having a hard-to-pronounce name. We're not going to take the cheater line this time. We're going to get around Martins and Cobb and the rest of this bunch legitimately. At least try to. So we're around the outside of Peck, and now going to try to get Chavos here. We've got 5 laps remaining on the fuel. In the race, we've got quite a few, 15 to go. So we're 10 laps short, but that's not a big deal. We kind of figured that was the case going into it. As tires, probably going to be beneficial to take 2, especially because I'm probably going to have to do a tank and a half anyway just to get to the end. Actually, probably two cans, now that I think about it. Probably 2 cans just to be safe. And after Pocono, I want to be safe. Then sorry. I did play it safe at Pocono, but I played it safe in the wrong way. And we don't want to repeat that performance. So around the outside of Friesen, and drafting off of Truex here. We posted our best lap ever, so that is a good sign. So we're around Noah Gragson, and again, almost up into the top 8, but at this point, we're going for a win, because I think we can get it. And that'll be a good resume patter. 2 wins in our first truck season. Should have been 3, because I'm certainly not letting Pocono go. As we get in the draft of Crafton, try to work to the outside. The spotter's kind of unhappy that I'm being as aggressive as I am. So we just made a little bit of contact with Crafton, still able to run the top lane. 3 wide off. Regan Smith's going to give us a draft here. I'll give him... Oh, I thought I was going to give him a shot, but he snuck to the inside. And we'll move up past Smith into 7th. Low on fuel. 2 laps to go on the fuel. So do we play it safe? Or do we pit early? I think it's probably a good idea to pit now, because of our positioning now is just fine. And there you go, 1 lap to go on the fuel. Probably wouldn't be able to make it into the pits anyway. So here we go. Off we go. Try not to get back too much out on the track there, Mr. Land. Probably a bad idea, but we know where the pit entry is at least this time, so we'll try to get a little bit quicker in. Alright, 2 cans of that sweet, sweet Sunoco race fuel and 2 Goodyear tires. And, wow, the pit crew's looking very slow. Oh, look how slow they look. It's funny that they actually, like, slow them down when you do a 2-tire stop. But, oh, that was a slow stop. Why did we wait that long? I'm going to have a talk with my crew after this race. So we fall to 30th, a lap down, and we will be screwed if the yellow comes out. So we need this race to stay green, because otherwise we're in big trouble. There goes the 45 truck around the outside. A truck we did pretty well in as well. Just FYI to the owners out there. Look where it's running with Bell in it, and look where it ran with me in it. But, oh well, we've got more trucks pitting, so the strategy is beginning to start. Everybody's starting to come in. Now it's all going to get very interesting here in the last few laps of this one. Coughlin already in the pit, so we already passed Coughlin. It's possible he may have been one of the trucks that pitted early. We have to wait and see if that was actually mass pitting or if that was just me. Perhaps. Oh no, Corbin Forrester in the wall. Corbin Forrester in the wall, and that's going to bring out the yellow. No, 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 and we're not even going to get the lucky dog. Oh, crap. Oh, well, we got a wave around somehow. I'm not sure how that works out. Briscoe got the lucky dog, but we got a wave around for some reason, so I guess the game was merciful. The problem is we're now mired in 29th, and that is a bit unfortunate with 5 laps to go, so we're going to have to be a little bit crazy to get this contract, as Corbin Forrester is still damaged from his crash. Don't know why he's still out there, but clearly he did not observe the 5-minute clock rule. And I'll be having a chat with race control as well. I'm just mad with everybody. After this one, my crew was slow. Race control is questionable as usual in NASCAR. David Hoots, I'll have to have a talk with you. But let's get to the outside. Around Jennifer Joe here. Really boogieing. We're definitely going here. We have to see how far we can make it up the field, and that's not going to help. Wall contact. How badly did I damage the truck? Not too badly. But I've got to get up to 8th now, and 8th is the goal for the requirement from the team. So we're going to drive it around the outside, try to sneak to the bottom of Friesen here. Now all the way to the extreme bottom, cheater line underneath Gilliland, up to 12th, 3 to go. Could theoretically get the win here, but I feel like it's going to be a Michigan situation where we're going to get up there and just not quite get up there. So battling with Truex. Nice draft here to the outside of Hill. Now Austin Wayne Self. Whole group of trucks here. 3 wide. Can we make it 4 down on the bottom? Well, Bell didn't go. We got 2 laps to go underneath Cindric. This could be done. We could win this one, and that would be a pretty incredible victory. As Bell looks to the inside, can't quite do it. There's a slow truck down the back straightaway. Oh, this is going to be something for sure. As Crafton gets into his teammate, and that is going to be an interesting team meeting at the end of the race. I think we're a part of that team, aren't we, Thor Sport? So 3 Thor Sport trucks running up at the front here at the end of the race. What can we do? Can we pass Grant Infinger? Yes. All right, so it's between us and Crafton, but the truck is starting to really wear its tires. Lap truck just ahead. Is that going to factor in? Nemechek, Crafton, myself. Who's going to get it? As Nemechek makes the move to the inside, we're going to make the move to the outside. It's going to be a classic Chicagoland finish here. 3 wide for the win. Oh, no. Oh, second. Oh, no. We almost got it. Holy cow. What a finish. What a finish. We got to take a look at that frame by frame. Here's the 3 wide action coming to the line from the victory cam, the victory lane cam, start finish cam. As you can see, Hunter Nemechek down on the inside, Crafton in the middle, myself to the outside, just not able to get there. What a close finish that was at Chicagoland. Fantastic racing. Let's watch it live from the helicopter cam. As you can see, my 27 truck just moved to the outside of Crafton. We're now 3 wide. Oh, a little bit of beating and bang. That possibly lost the race for me, but definitely Nemechek had the advantage on the inside, shorter way around, and he takes the victory. So that is a second place. So that's pretty good. We should have taken the win probably, but we got screwed by some strategy. Had to work our way back up through the field, and considering we got second, that is a good result. Real quick, let's take a look at the points just because we need to. We're in 20th now, having run about 5 races, and obviously still got the playoff points that we're never going to be able to use. So let's head back to the offers table and see what is presented to us next. So Thorsport was obviously happy with that 8th place finish. They'll pay me 42 grand, obviously, for that one. So we're getting a pretty good payday right now, and the season is over. Ooh, wait a second. We need to take a look at the contracts and sign with a team for next year. Oh dear. Oh dear. Here we go. So we've got 7 teams available. So 7 teams are happy with me. Let's take a look here. We've got the 68 car from Clay Greenfield Motorsports. They'll give me $5,000 per race. Clay Greenfield Motorsports will let me run the 68 truck, the 99 truck. Boland Motorsports will let me run the 66 truck for $5,000. They'll also let me run my 99 truck for $5,000. Nice Motorsports will let me run the 45 or the 99. So clearly I can run my own truck if I want to. Shiggy will let me run the 16 or the 99. Then we've got the FDNY team, which will also let me run my own truck. Kyle Busch Motorsports will let me run the 4 truck. Whoa, wait a second. What? What? Wow, that's cool. They'll let me run whatever truck I want to out of the team. So when you get a contract, you can replace whatever driver you want to. But they won't let me run a custom car. I see. I see. Very interesting. So Thorsport will also let me run all their trucks, but again, I have to replace one of their drivers. So, the choice is clear. Do I run my own truck for Hattori, or do I run for one of the big teams and race immediately for a championship? I probably can for Shiggy as well, but is the call to a big team going to sway me? Let me know in the comments what I should choose to do, and I will make my choice in the next episode. So be ready for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been David Land on YouTube. A big choice a-coming. Who am I going to choose?